You don't hear the first explosion. You feel it. A low, distant tremor that rattles the window frame and makes the candle flame shiver on the table. For a brief second, the light stretches, then shrinks, and your eyes follow it down to the only thing that matters tonight. A worn metal box. Inside, a few coins that used to buy a week's worth of bread, now barely enough for 3 days. A folded piece of paper with numbers scribbled in the margins, and a small stack of ration coupons, each one literally worth a meal. Next to you, Sophia exhales slowly, as if trying not to disturb the air. She's not much older than you, but war has pressed years into her shoulders. Across the room, her little sister sleeps, bundled in blankets that don't really warm, just weigh. You watch Sophia count. 1 coin, 2, 3, 1 coupon for flour, 1 for oil, half a coupon, carefully torn, because even halves are tracked. She isn't just doing the math. She's negotiating with reality. If she uses 2 coupons today, there's enough bread. But then, what about tomorrow? If she skips the butcher this week, her sister's cough might get worse. If she trades coins for extra coupons, will there be anything left in the box if the bombs come closer? In this city, crushed by war, every coin is a decision. Every coupon is a bet against hunger. And whether you realize it or not, you live with your own version of this box. It's your bank app, your wallet, your unopened email with the subject line, "Payment overdue." It's the late-night moment when you stare at your balance and quietly ask yourself, can I really afford this? Or am I pretending I can? Before we go deeper into Sophia's story and into your numbers, pause for a second. If you had to choose, what hurts more right now? Not earning enough, owing too much, or feeling like you're not in control? If this already hits close to home, you'll want to stay with me through this journey. Hit like so this story reaches more people who need it. And if you haven't yet, subscribe, because Sophia's fight to feed her sister is going to change how you see your own money. The first time you hear Sophia's stomach growl louder than the air raid sirens, you understand. War isn't just bombs and bullets. It's waiting in line for bread that might not exist. You stand behind her in a queue that snakes around the block. Fog holds the cold close to the cobblestones. In her pocket, a few creased ration coupons, folded so many times the ink has started to blur. In your hand, you imagine your own wallet, cards, bills, a phone full of banking apps. Different century, same knot in the chest. Ahead, the bakery door opens. The smell of bread almost hurts. A soldier steps out, holding a clipboard. Ration is reduced. Only half portions today, he announces. The line groans. Someone curses. Sophia just swallows hard. Half portion means someone in her house won't eat properly tonight. Again, you watch as she reaches the counter. She lays down her coupons like a desperate bet at a casino. The clerk takes them, barely looking at her face, eyes fixed on the stamps. He counts. And then, the sentence that makes the floor disappear beneath her feet. These coupons are already registered. Used yesterday. The room shrinks. Used? That's impossible. She clutches her little stack, hands trembling. There must be a mistake, she insists. I only have these. The clerk shrugs. Behind you, people shift impatiently. No one wants conflict between them and their piece of bread. Next, he says. Sophia steps aside, dizzy. The coupons that meant survival have turned into dead paper. Somewhere, someone has eaten what should have been on her table. You feel that in your body. Because maybe you've never lost ration coupons, but you've felt money vanish into fees, interest, bills you barely remember agreeing to. You've watched your paycheck arrive and then disappear. As Sophia leans against the cold wall, you can almost hear your own questions echoing hers. How can I protect what little I have? Where's my money really going? Why does it never feel like enough? If this hits close to home already, it's worth sticking with this story. Tell me, when your money disappears, what hurts most right now? Low income, too much debt, or zero control? And if you want to see how Sophia starts fighting back, just stay with me and consider subscribing so you don't miss the next chapter. You follow Sophia through the alleys, your steps echoing between cracked walls and boarded-up windows. The city feels hollowed out. Storefronts are empty, shelves stripped bare, but somehow, some people never seem to run out of anything. You notice it first in the butcher shop. The window is half covered, the sign crooked, but inside meat. Real meat. Not every day, not for everyone, but for the right faces, there's always something saved in the back. You stand beside Sophia in the line. People avoid eye contact. No one asks questions. When it's her turn, she places her crumpled ration coupons on the counter. The butcher doesn't even look at them. He just shakes his head, slow, rehearsed. Nothing left. Come back next week. But you saw it. The side door that opened half an inch. The quick movement of a sack being passed inside. The brief flash of coins, real money, not coupons. And the quiet nod between the butcher and a man who didn't wait in line at all. You feel Sophia tense next to you. Her jaw sets. Her hands tighten around the little cloth bag she carries instead of a wallet. That's when it hits you. Hunger isn't just about food. It's about access. About who gets to bypass the line. As you leave the shop, Sophia doesn't cry. She observes. She watches who goes in, who comes out, what times the deliveries arrive, which doors actually matter. And without realizing it, you start watching your own life the same way. Who or what bypasses your line? Which bills always get paid, no matter what? Where does your money disappear without you even questioning it? Sophia begins her invisible map of the city's black market. Arrows, circles, names, hours. You begin to sketch your own map in your head. Rent, groceries, cards, subscriptions, little treats that stopped being so little a long time ago. If organization can beat hunger in a war-torn city, what could it do for you in a peaceful one? Pause for a second. If this story is hitting something inside you, tap that like so this reaches more people who need it too. Then answer honestly. Right now, what hurts you the most? Your income, your debts, or the feeling that you're not really in control? Stay with Sophia. In the next part, you'll see how she turns pure chaos into a system, and how you can do the same with your money. You follow Sophia into a part of the city most people pretend doesn't exist. Night has fallen, and the streets are quieter now. Not safer, just quieter. You walk with her past shuttered bakeries with empty windows, until she stops in front of a small door behind the market. No sign, no name, just a dim, yellow light leaking from the cracks. Inside, the air is thick with whispers and something else, abundance. Shelves stacked with flour, jars of canned vegetables, meat hanging on hooks. It looks almost obscene compared to the empty ration lines outside. Sophia doesn't say anything, but you can feel what she's thinking. This is where the missing food went. But nothing here is paid in cash alone. At a small table, a man carefully examines ration coupons and stamps, weighing each with the eye of someone who knows their true value. Real coupons, fake coupons, extra stamps redirected from official stocks. It's a marketplace built not on money, but on access. You watch Sophia as she pretends to be just another desperate woman trying to feed her family. But she's doing more than that. She's observing, not just what's on the shelves, but who comes in, who leaves, what's exchanged, what's written down, what isn't. You notice it too. A little notebook by the man's hand. Columns, numbers, entries and exits. It's not just a stash, this is a system. Controlled, calculated, protected. And then it hits you. In your life today, you probably see money as the main problem. Too little, never enough. But just like this black market, there's something deeper running beneath your bank balance. A structure, a pattern, a system that either works for you or drains you. Right now, do you know exactly where your money goes? Or does it just disappear, the way the city's food vanished from public shelves? If this is making you think, tap that like. It helps this story reach more people who need it. Then tell me in the comments, what do you feel is slipping through your fingers the most? Your income, your time, or your control? And if you want to keep walking beside Sophia and start rebuilding your own system step by step, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter. Your notebook is starting to fill up. Numbers, arrows, little notes in the margin. It's not pretty. It doesn't have to be. It just has to be honest. You remember Sophia. By now, she's learned the rhythm of the black market. Which days the trucks arrive, which doors open only for special customers, which butchers never hang the best cuts in the window. She doesn't have power. She doesn't have money. But she has something nobody notices until it's too late. She's paying attention. You do the same. You start listing your trucks and doors. The fixed rations, rent, utilities, basic groceries. The unstable ones, fuel, medications, school costs. The black market luxuries, delivery apps, subscriptions you forgot existed. It's just $5 moments. It's almost embarrassing at first. How did so many small leaks escape your eyes? How did so many little treats silently eat tomorrow's dinner? Sophia asked herself the same thing when she found out how many fake coupons had passed through her hands without her seeing the pattern. So she changes her approach. Instead of surviving from day to day, she starts tracking from week to week. Instead of reacting to fear, she plans around reality. You do that too. You circle the worst leaks. You mark what can be renegotiated. That plan, that service, that debt. You underline one word: non-negotiable. Food, shelter, minimum dignity. Then something shifts. It's still tight. The war hasn't ended. Your salary didn't double. Sophia's city is still starving. But for the first time, you're not walking blind. You begin to see a distance between "I'm broke" and "I don't know where my money goes." Those are not the same thing. One is lack. The other is lack of control. And there, in that gap, real power starts to grow. If this is making you see your money a bit differently, save this video or hit like so you don't lose it later. Now be brutally honest with yourself. What hurts the most today? Your income, your debts, or the feeling that you're not in control? In the next part, we'll turn that pain into a concrete first step. So staying until the end actually changes something in your month, not just in your mindset. You stand there, staring at the ration book in your hands, and for the first time, it doesn't look like a prison. It looks like a map. Sophia realizes the same thing. Every stamp, every coupon, every scribbled note from the authorities is a record, not just of what she receives, but of who controls what, where it goes, and who always seems to have a little extra. So she begins to copy. Late at night, while Helena sleeps, Sophia spreads the coupons across the table. She recreates them on scraps of paper. On one side, official rations they should be getting. On the other, what actually arrives home. Her list doesn't lie. The difference between should and have has a name: someone else's profit. You might not be holding ration coupons, but you do have your own version of that table. Bank statements, credit card bills, Pix or Zelle transfers. That mysterious, "I don't even know where my money went this month." Your life has should and have too. Sophia starts tracking everything. Which butcher never runs out? Which families carry heavier bags? Which stores whisper that there's more in the back? She notes times, faces, deliveries. It's not glamorous. It's not heroic. It's boring, repetitive, and powerful. Because patterns only reveal themselves to those who are willing to look twice. You do the same when you finally open your banking app without flinching. When you write down every expense for a week. When you see, with uncomfortable clarity, where your money is really going. That's when the black market of your own finances appears. Unplanned subscriptions. Small daily treats that add up. Interest on debts that quietly devour your paycheck. Money slipping away not because you're bad with money, but because, until now, nobody taught you to read the map. Sophia's weapon isn't strength. It's organization. Yours can be too. Has anything clicked so far? If it has, tap like so this story reaches more people who need it. And tell me, what hurts more for you right now? Your income, your debt, or that feeling of not being in control? If you want to keep walking this path with Sophia and start rewriting your own story, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter. You sit with that question lingering in the air. If Sophia could map meat and bread in the middle of a war, why are you still blind to where your own money goes in times of peace? Think about it. For Sophia, every mistake had teeth. One wrong calculation and her sister went to bed hungry. One misread pattern and the black market swallowed another week of rations. You don't live under bombs, but you live under notifications, interest rates, late fees, and just this once, purchases that quietly drain your account. Sophia didn't escape scarcity by being lucky. She escaped it by seeing what others refused to see: the system. She followed the fake coupons, listed the names behind each delivery, tracked how much entered, how much left, and when. You can do the same with your money. Not with fear, not with shame, with clarity. When you put your finances on paper or in a simple spreadsheet, you're doing exactly what Sophia did in those dark alleys. You stop guessing and you start seeing. Where does your paycheck really go in the first 7 days? Which expenses repeat every month like clockwork, but you never question them? What are the butcher shops in your life? Always open, always tempting, delivery apps, online shopping, subscriptions you forgot you had. If this story has made you notice even one leak, pause for a second. That's your first win. Now I want to hear from you. Right now, what hurts you the most financially? Is it not earning enough, being buried in debt, or feeling completely out of control of your money? Tell me in the comments. Your answer can shape the next stories and tools I bring you. If this journey with Sophia is opening your eyes, tap like so this message reaches more people who need it. And if you want to keep walking through these stories, turning fiction into real, practical change, subscribe to the channel. The war may be over out there, but the battle for your choices, your peace, your future, that one, you can still win. The war in Sophia's city doesn't end with a parade. It ends, quietly, the same way it started, with a line. A line for bread. A line for coal. A line for the basics that decide who sleeps with a full stomach and who doesn't. But something is different now. Sophia no longer stands in that line as a terrified girl begging the system to spare her. She stands there as someone who has seen the inside of the machinery, who mapped it, questioned it, and refused to be just another name on a ration card. She still feels fear. She still feels scarcity. But she doesn't feel helpless. Because now she understands. The real battle was never only about having more. It was about knowing where everything goes, who decides, and how the game is played. And that's the pivot point for you. Your life may not have air raids or blackout curtains, but you do have modern versions of those lines: credit card bills, rent due dates, loans, groceries that keep getting more expensive. You already feel the pressure. What you need now is the map. When you track where every dollar enters and where every dollar escapes, you stop being just another person at the end of the line. You become the one who sees the pattern, the one who can say, this leak stops here. This debt gets renegotiated now. This reserve gets built, little by little, no matter what. You won't control the whole system, but you can control your side of it. So ask yourself, honestly, right now, in your story, what hurts most? Is it that your income isn't enough? Is it the weight of your debts? Or is it the feeling that money controls you more than you control it? If this journey with Sophia opened your eyes even a little, tap that like so this message reaches someone who needs it today. And if you want to keep walking this path, learning how to organize, negotiate, and reclaim your choices, hit subscribe. Because your war might be silent, but you don't have to fight it alone.